Last of Us Part 2 opens with a retelling of the end of the previous game. In this version, we don't see the battle that Joel endures in order to reach Ellie, only the pile of corpses left in his wake. This room filled with bloody death is the one that leads directly into the corridor that Abby revisits in her dreams night after night, haunted by the memory of finding her dad at the end. Defeating the monster that killed him, in the form of beating Joel to death with a golf club, however brings her no peace. Still, she walks that same corridor only to find the death at the end. Once she meets Lev and Yara, they take over from her father as the body's in the room, symbolising that she has found somebody still alive that she can do good for, somebody who, unlike her father, she can still save. However, saving these two kids isn't as simple as a battle with some Seraphites and carrying them home. Yara has compartment syndrome and needs surgery. In order to allow Mel to do that surgery safely, Abby must get her the right equipment. This means that, once again, she must walk through a hospital piled high with death. As at the beginning of the game, we do not see the battle, only the corpse-strewn aftermath which we must traverse to reach our final destination. This time, an ambulance rather than surgery, but in both cases the implication is the same. These are places where lives can be saved, or lost. Now, Abby has made it in time. Instead of the body of a person she cares for, she finds the very thing she needs to save them. This time, she has beaten the monster to her destination. But that means that the monster has not fled. It is still there, and she must face it. Abby trained her whole life for revenge upon Joel. She lifted weights, fought a war, and built herself into a machine in order to take him on. But the monster who killed her father was just a man who helped her escape certain death and who she got the drop on because he was trying to help her. A man who, at the end, saw that his time had come and was ready to face it.
Why don't you say whatever speech you got rehearsed and get this over with?
The fight she had been training for her whole life was no fight at all, and the catharsis or closure she hoped for never came. The nightmares didn't abate. In Joel's place, the Rat King lives up to the terror of her mind's eye. This is a true monster with no remorse in it. Not only that, but killing it serves a real good in allowing Abby to escape and actually save Yara's life. Unlike when she killed Joel, the death of this monster brings with it the death of her nightmares. In that, the Rat King is symbolic not just of all she had built Joel up to be and that first time running through a hospital filled with death, but also of a purpose that can actually bring her fulfillment, fighting for the living instead of avenging the dead, escaping the hospital instead of being forever haunted by it. That isn't where it ends though, because in the fight with the Rat King, a piece of the monster breaks away. With its father dead, the Superstalker seems to flee, until it ambushes Abby as she least expects it and a new fight begins. One she is less prepared for, her focus and resources spent on the big monster. Not only that, but in killing the big monster, she arguably created the smaller one that emerged from it. This of course represents Ellie, the force of destruction Abby doesn't yet know that she has unleashed upon her life in killing Joel. A sign that even beating her demons doesn't necessarily mean being rid of the consequences from actions when those demons consumed her. Foreshadowing that, even after everything she does to save first Yara and then Lev, there is still one last fight to have. But where the aftermath of the Rat King fight brought Abby peace for the good she had wrought, this also allows for Ellie's fate and the fate of the Superstalker to diverge.
She had nothing to do with it. She's pregnant. Good. Abby.
Because Abby finally escaped the hospital of her nightmares, she has found family and purpose. This allows her to pull back from killing Ellie and Dina, and in doing so, at the very last possible moment, allows Ellie in turn to pull back from killing her and finally break the cycle of violence. If you enjoyed this video, then please give it a like and consider subscribing to keep up to date with all my content. Like the video that just popped up, which YouTube thinks you should watch next. This is a Patreon and member supported channel, so if you want to become a member and unlock custom badges and emojis, early access to my videos, and your name in the credits, then click the join button below. Thanks very much for watching, and see you next time.